Good afternoon, folks. It has been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I'll show you why in a minute. Busy, new job, 3 weeks in, going really well, but it's been hectic. So we're just giving these a clear out. They're doing well. Water's a bit mucked up because I'm paging bottom drains and refilling and all the rest of it, but they're healthy, starting to knock back on the food a little bit now. Yeah, it's temperatures are still up and down a little bit. It's holding at about 11.5, 12, so it's not too bad. So they're still getting it. They've done Takazumi. Have done a new one, easy mix. So apparently that can be fed down to 4 degrees. So we're gonna give that a whirl this season or this winter. It's all part of the season, isn't it? Just we're not getting out as much. This one here is empty. So there was 4 that have done okay. They're going up to a friend's lake tomorrow, so well, tomorrow Sunday. So I'll do a video of that when they go up there. But the state of that, they found where the rats are nesting. So yeah, so those 4 are in here at the moment. There you go, you can see them there. There's a shag, there's a kijaku, and 2 others just down there. So yeah, they've done okay, thankfully. These ones in here are doing all right as well. I've just done a big filter clean on here. So again, always goes a little bit cloudy when I first done it. Bit of protein scum as well, but they seem to be doing okay. So there's a few of these that'll be getting shifted on probably in the spring now. Yeah, they'll go in the spring anyway. So yeah, we've this is a bit of a shithole now as we start moving everything to garage, but you can see where the rats have been nesting down there, and the dogs have found it. So yeah, annoying the life out of everything. Keeps them occupied for a bit, doesn't it? Banged my head on that before, didn't I? There. So here's the main reason we haven't been doing much. I'm sure some of you will have seen this anyway, but there you go. The front room, well, the through room. So got the spark in, doing his bits. They've had a damp problem at some point. This was a floating floor, but they've filled it and flooded it. So I want to move the radiator that was on that wall under the window there. So I've had to chisel out the concrete, and look at this, they've got a concrete bed down, concrete slab on top, and then these bloody 6x6 vinyl wood effect tiles, and then a screed on the top. Hey, it was acceptable in the 80s. So plaster is in on Monday. So that room's got to be ready for, just shut this front door, wind's blowing through a bit. Yeah, that room's got to be ready for Christmas. So floorboards are all up upstairs waiting for the wiring to go down, and there's going to be the downstairs toilet. So that's fairly decent. So we've got all the stud-work up and everything. So that's all good. Had the roof on the bay window there. That roof's all been repaired because that was shot. I've done a nice job of that as well. So they just finished it this morning. So that's it. Not much in the way of fish stuff going on. So, and there's some cracking videos out and about, and I don't do much of that. I just sort of waffle crap about my fish and just have you mooch around and things like that. And if people like watching it, fill your boots. I made up that you do. Thank you very much indeed. It's just nice to meet people and do all of that kind of caper through it. So we'll carry on giving these a good boil, and I will do some vids. Like I say, I'm going to build another one of these. The good lady has started to get into it a little bit now. She wants a black and white pond, so Shiros, Pirachinas, Kikurus, all of that kind of stuff come on roofs. So I don't mind. Who am I to argue? More fish. So that's going to go other side of the shed where that one is there. But that's a project for next year. I'm not going to cover the pond over. I've put the tarp back over the top, so that stops the wind coming across. We're fairly well sheltered here, that keeps it off as well. I'm not covering it, there's no point. The cold fish, it's cold-blooded, they'll be fine. I know a lot of people do, and I get that. There's nothing wrong with doing it at all. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Philip Telfer-Coy does a cracking job of everything though, doesn't he? Let's face it, the man's an absolute legend. I wish I had half his patience to do the stuff he does, but it looks fantastic, and he's done a great job with his covers. But yeah, I'm going to keep it on, keep everything on. I'll knock the UV off. Still getting a little bit of green on the window, but not as much. So the UV will get knocked off in the not too distant future. Might even do it after it's clean, to be perfectly honest. And I see a lot of posts as well on the Facebook groups about feeding, and again, it's all personal preference, it's just what I do. Don't shoot me down in flames. But we live in the UK, the temperatures don't just like stop. They'll go below 10 and they'll probably stay below 10, but they will fluctuate, and we will get warm days through December. I remember one Christmas day a couple of years ago, it got up to about 13 degrees. Your fish will come back to life and they will start looking for food, and while they're moving around, they're burning off calories that they will need later on in the winter. So people say, oh, when do I stop feeding my fish? Well, you don't have to stop feeding your fish, just cut the food back. You don't even have to go into wheat germ. You can feed the same stuff as you feed all year round, just don't feed as much of it. And that's because their metabolism has slowed down, they're not digesting it as much. The higher protein stuff certainly not. So if you can get a lower protein one, like say I'm giving that Takazumi Easy Mix a go, yeah, do it. Let's get a good boil of some tack in there. I need to bring the level up a little bit, but just topping the pond up to do that. But yeah, you don't have to stop doing it. If you choose to stop doing it, then so be it. There's people who've done it for years. Crack on. Say, there's never a right or wrong answer with the koi. There really isn't. And there's so many answers, and I think that's part of the issue. Is there are so many opinions on how to do it and how people think you should do it. You've just got to do what works for you. I feed these when they come up for a bit. If they come looking for it when I come to the window, if they come looking for a bit, I'll sprinkle a bit of grub on top. They eat it, they eat it. If they don't, they don't. I'll leave it there for a bit and then I'll scoop it out after about 5 minutes. But generally, they pretty much scoff the lot. But yeah, they're all looking in fine fettle. So, bit of a thin out come the spring. Get the breeding programme. We've got one more fish to come in, which is an exceptional female, Charatsuri. So I'm looking forward to getting that one in. Danny's Koi Aquatics supplied me that one. So thanks to Danny. I know he was thinking of hanging on to her and breeding from her, but I'm sure he'll have a bit of a vested interest in some of the fry. So yeah, we'll see how that goes for the next year. But enjoy it, keep enjoying it. It is winter, and yeah, it does get a little bit dull, but just keep cracking on. There's always bits and bobs to do, isn't there? There's always another project, and the amount of fish I'm seeing people buying at the moment, you're all going to need other ponds or bigger ponds. So not better, eh? Nice winter project, get another pond up. I think I've got enough to do at the moment, so I might get shot if I start doing another pond now. But we'll get cracked on, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take it easy.